Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. It's Thursday, March 24th, 2011, and I'm back home in Rochester. I was on the road last week to South Dakota and Illinois for auctions, but here to cover the annual Agri News Farm Show. Agri News is a great weekly newspaper. Covers southern Minnesota, central Minnesota, and northern Iowa. You can check it out at agrinews.com. Now today at the show I want to stop in at one booth in particular, the BigIron.com booth. Online auction site that's really been growing, and a lot happening there. So let's go check it out. Alright folks, we are here at the BigIron.com booth at the Agri News Farm Show in Rochester, Minnesota, and we're here with Tom Landmesser. Tom's a sales manager with BigIron.com. How's it going today, Tom?
Hey, we've really had a lot of fun up here in Rochester, Minnesota at the Agri News Farm Show.
You're up in my country here now, Tom.
Well, hey, I brought the snow with me.
Thank you very much.
We left it out in Nebraska, let me tell you.
You're from Henderson, Nebraska?
Henderson, Nebraska.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been watching BigIron.com grow here these last couple years, and I'm just interested to show people, you know, what you guys are all about and your philosophy and the great resource that you guys have here. So, Tom, why don't you show us BigIron.com here? This is your, the website is just BigIron.com?
Correct, BigIron.com. We run 2 auctions every month.
Okay.
On the 2nd and the 4th Wednesday.
Okay.
Been our pattern. You know, an auction's an event.
Yep.
And we want everybody to come to our event.
Right.
Sadly, though, they have to stay at home, work on their computer when they come to our event. But
Sure.
2nd and 4th Wednesday of every month, we have had a couple of off Wednesdays where we've kind of focused in on some construction equipment, but mainly agricultural equipment. Probably makes up 90% of our product line.
And how many, I've been noticing the number of items on your guys' sales has been really growing.
Oh.
Like, do you have like 1,000 on your coming up on this next Wednesday or something?
Absolutely. We'd set some goals early on for the BigIron.com when we put it together, and personally I set some goals. Well, it's a sad deal. Unlike my diet, which never seems to get to my goals, we've exceeded every goal we've ever set for BigIron.com. Fact is, the first sale in April, I believe it's a new record for us at 1,061 items will be up for auction on April 13th.
April 13th on BigIron.com. And quite a variety. I mean, you guys, there's everything up for sale, isn't it?
Not only a great variety of equipment, but when can you go to an auction and be in several states at the same time?
Right.
It's kind of interesting. Just on our last auction, click on it, you can see our website here. We've got several past auctions, so if you want to see what we've done in the past, it's out there. We've got an upcoming auction on April 13th, an upcoming auction on April 27th. Just looking at some of the things we've done, here's a Kinsey planter. This planter was down in, I got to look again, it was Goodland, Kansas.
Goodland, Kansas.
So you can travel to Goodland, Kansas by the click of a mouse and bid on a Kinsey planter. Here was a John Deere 2006, 8430.
Okay.
Sold out of Christiansen Implement in American Falls, Idaho. So here you've gone from an individual farm to a John Deere dealership in Idaho, all with just a click of a mouse. Or you want a combine? Here's one in Seward, Nebraska that's going to sell, a nice gleaner that's going to sell in April 13th. That's sitting in Seward, Nebraska.
Okay. Yeah, take us to your homepage here, Tom.
All right, back to the homepage.
Okay, now, okay, so it says 1,061 items. This is on your April 13th sale.
This is our April 13th sale.
Okay.
Correct.
And again, you know, you guys are kind of expanding territory-wise, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Our growth has been phenomenal. We continue to add local representation to visit with the dealers, with the farmers in the area.
Started in Nebraska, right?
Started in Nebraska. We now have representation from Idaho through Illinois, from South Dakota through into Texas. Here at Rochester and into Wisconsin, kind of a new expansion for us. Fact is, we've got one of our newest reps in here by the name of Andy Heinbuck. Andy, come on over here. We got a couple of questions for you.
Now,
Andy Heinbuck.
Andy, good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, I understand you listed kind of a unique, versatile tractor from up in western Wisconsin here recently.
Yep, I listed a piece of equipment. It's a D118 versatile tractor.
A D118.
Yep.
Okay, we better take a look at this, folks. Okay, here's our picture. Now, you went out to the farm, Andy, and took this listing and took all the pictures of the tractor?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
I met with the owner, Lawrence Hoopert, and
so
took the pictures and wrote up the description.
Okay.
And,
now, Lawrence, does he have a number of items on this auction, or just the tractor?
2 particular items. He also has a grinder mixer on this particular auction.
And that don't you guys think that's one of the real benefits of the online auction? If a farmer has just 1 or 2 pieces,
correct. Yes.
An efficient way,
and he can sell in or out of season if he chooses as well.
Right. And he doesn't have to move his equipment; just stays on the
stays right on the right on the property.
So now this D118, I don't know that I've seen many of those around.
I haven't either. For the description that I wrote down, it has a V6 Cummins, which I've never heard of. It just seems really interesting to me. And this is, I guess, originally a lot of these came with no cabs, but this particular one has a stand-up cab. They say you can be 6 feet tall and stand up, and you're not bumping your head. So it's just got, it's in really good shape. I mean, it probably needs some.
Now, let's scroll through and show folks all the pictures you have on this item.
Okay.
I mean, just scroll. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking 1 or 2 pictures here.
Yeah, we try and get the 4 corners of the machine for you, and
I click on the serial number tag there, and Tom.
We try and get the serial number for possible collectors or anybody to go and do a search on it so they can find the history on the equipment.
And now, guys, talk a little bit about your philosophy with equipment. I mean, obviously it's not all shiny out there, but, calling a spade and just representing the importance of that.
Absolutely. At BigIron.com, we're very specific with our training, and we must show the equipment as it is. And if the equipment has positive features, we certainly want to highlight those. But if there's been any negatives to it, I call them warts on the machine. We want to make sure we have a good picture of that wart and a good description of it. So buyers know with confidence at Big Iron, they can bid on that equipment and know exactly what it's like.
Which mimics the auction business, representing, a traditional auction when you're there and you can see, positives or negatives.
Big Iron really becomes the eyes for the buyer.
Right.
Our local reps like Andy, who we just talked to, he becomes the eyes for the buyer. And we really want to show that. We want to have a complete set of pictures. You saw in the Versatile, we've got about 20 pictures.
Now, some items you have.
Combine, we had 40 to 60 pictures of those. We always have the owner's name listed, so you can talk to the owner.
Contact the owner, very important.
Where the item came from. So,
and you guys also now in your expansion are hiring more folks like Andy here now. Now, Andy, was it just recently you came on board with Big Iron?
About a month ago I came on the Big Iron. I was on the website and saw the employment opportunities and contacted Tom, and he got me signed up, and we're hoping to branch out into Wisconsin and eventually all 50 states, I believe. So
now, when you went out to visit with Lawrence, who had the versatile tractor, and when you guys talk to farmers, what reactions are you getting for this cool new way of selling equipment?
Right, we are getting people who are still the old school guys who like to go to the farm sales and talk to everyone, and we're getting a lot of excited people who want to come and enjoy shopping online and stuff. So
makes it nice in our Midwestern winters here, doesn't it?
Yes.
And Tom, how many reps do you guys have now?
Well, we have about 140 territory managers situated, and we think, again, that's a real value to Big Iron, is that we have the local representation.
Right.
So
people in western Wisconsin know Andy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And certainly the agriculture in western Wisconsin is different than Idaho. Yes. And we need to be aware of and knowledgeable about those differences, and that's what our local rep can do for us.
Right. Now, do you have any statistics like on the number of hits or how many registered bidders do you guys have?
The numbers are too big, I can't tell you.
But growing like a weed, right?
You know what? I just looked at them yesterday. We had over 280,000 visits on our website over the last 30 days. It just slays me. 280,000 visits.
Wow.
4.8 million page views. Now, page views every time a person looks at a piece of machinery. 4.8 million times. We compare this, the average guy spends about 12 minutes on our website, compared to the industry average of websites our size, not just ag, but websites our size, it's about 1 minute.
Right.
And they're spending 12 minutes on our site. it tells us our site's easy to navigate.
Right.
It's entertaining.
Yes.
People stay there. They look at it. They look at a lot of pictures.
Well, there's always new stuff coming on.
Oh, as you can see. Yeah.
So it's just a daily basis where you guys are adding new equipment.
Absolutely. We're adding new equipment every day. The first sale in April, 1,000 items. Second sale in April closes tomorrow, but we have right at 400 items, I believe, already queued up into that.
So if Andy here in western Wisconsin can line up equipment for sale, you get it right on the April 13th sale coming up? Or the April 24th? Or?
I could, if we got it in today, we could get it on the 27th,
right.
but our next one would be in May. So.
But a way to get this, like Lawrence's versatile tractor in front of potential buyers all over the North America, or the world, actually, yeah.
They can just go on to Big Iron and check it out.
There you go. And Tom, do you have much for international? You must have.
Interesting enough, we sold a mower conditioner out of Aurora, Utah.
Okay.
Got to get my to Israel.
A mower to guide
a mower conditioner into Israel. The next month, we sold one for the same seller into Greece. And in both cases, we had to help with a little bit of crating and phytosanitary certificates and ship them down to the Gulf and put them on a steamer. And they should be arriving now. So,
did you ever think you'd be facilitating more conditioner sales to foreign countries when you started?
No,
Tom?
I really didn't. And virtually on every auction, we have sales into Canada and into Mexico. Those are pretty common. But
the whole
Israel
thing
and Greece were surprising to us.
It's about putting buyers and sellers together, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about bringing the buyers to sellers in
a
format that they can enjoy, and it's fair to everybody.
And talk a little bit, Tom, about now you guys are an traditional auction company history with Ron and Mark Stock there, so bringing that mentality and customer service to the online auction. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we really, Ron and Mark Stock started right out of high school 26 plus years ago. About 2 years ago, they envisioned Big Iron. It took them about 2 years of planning and development to get it online. It's been online since February '09. If you look at our auctions, we try to design them as much like a traditional farm auction as we can. So you're going to see everything from the hay rack to the very expensive item on every one of our auctions. We believe we've got to be honest. We've got to represent the equipment as it is. We've got to be the eyes of the buyer for him when using the internet, because he can't be there in person. Secondly, we really have to make our photographs and descriptions very, very complete. And finally, we have to have the local representation. It's the local people, the Andys of the world, Daryl and Bill up here in Minnesota that are going to make this thing click.
And so now, another big feature with your guys like Big Iron, of course, buyer's fee. That's a big issue with online auctions, and everyone handles them differently. But talk about how that works with BigIron.com.
Again, our philosophy is that we do charge the seller a selling fee to sell on our site. The buyers who buy on our site, whatever they bid, that's what they pay.
So no buyer's
fee. According to sales tax. We do not charge a buyer's premium and feel that we can operate our business in a nice cash flow manner just using the selling fee.
And then this the logistics of when someone, say here in Minnesota, will buy something on a Big Iron sale from Kansas and all the... Is there support along the way or afterwards?
You know, it seems to have gotten very, very easy to move machinery anywhere in the United States. And we do have on our website a link that you can click on for shipping quotes. You want to find a trucker in Nebraska to move that equipment to Idaho or Wisconsin, it's very easy to do. So we can help with that. We're not part of the shipping process. The buyer has to make arrangements to pick up the machinery where it sits.
Well, it's, I just, you're envisioning the rest of 2011 and beyond, just continued growth, I would imagine, Tom, for BigIron.com?
Well, that'd be a nice thing, absolutely. Like I said, we've exceeded all our goals, and we'll just continue to exceed those goals as long as we provide proper customer service and customer care.
Well, it's nice to see the guys in yellow shirts here with Big Iron up in Minnesota. And, folks, check out BigIron.com. There's a lot of... a huge amount of equipment there, and I know these guys are good folks and quite a sight. So thanks, Tom and Andy, for filling us in today.
Thank you, Greg.